So it looks like Bedlam is still paying some dividends as the next domino has fell in the recruiting trail. Kendel Dolby, JUCO defensive back, commits to the Sooners right after his Bedlam visit. Let's talk about him in detail. All that coming up here in about 10 seconds. All right, recruiting fans, it's that time of year where commitments are flowing like waterfalls, and the Sooners are no exception to that. There'll be some flash as well as some functionality when it comes to the players that the Sooners will be picking up over the next couple of weeks. Early signing period is December 21st through 23rd, so we've got a lot of things to cover over the next couple of weeks. And I'm hoping that when you see these players, you will see the hope and excitement and have the same feeling as I do, because I see a lot of potential in what we're looking at, especially with these high ceiling guys that Brent Venables and staff are going after. So let's make the magic happen. Before we do that, thank you all for tuning in here to Unfair Sports, where we're talking OU football, college football, and sports in general. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit the like button as well as subscribe and that bell notification. We're dropping constant college football content, especially around OU and recruiting the next couple of weeks. I don't want you to miss any of the information. And share. Why? Because sharing is caring. You may know there's a Sooner fan that would love to get this information. I would love to put that out there to them. And so with the recruiting trail blazing, we're going to talk about Kendel Dolby, defensive back out of Northeastern Oklahoma A&M in Miami, Oklahoma. Not Miami, but Miami, Oklahoma. And he's been making waves as of late on the recruiting trail. Hopefully you all have been paying attention to what we've been talking about. Me and Coop talked about him a couple of weeks ago, actually. And it's coming to fruition that we're starting to see some of these potentially elite players show up. So before we dive into the details of Kendel Dolby, I want you all to jump in the comments. You'll see the link to his Twitter account. Go show the man some love. Hit him up and show him that Sooner hospitality. We want these recruits to feel loved and be excited about becoming part of the family. All right, let's go into the details. He's from Springfield, Ohio, JUCO, NEO. He's graduating December 22nd, so that means that he will be on campus for spring ball. He is the Southwest Junior College Football Conference Defensive Player of the Year. So in his conference, he's the best defensive player. That's top tier. And in a lot of cases, people consider him as the best DB in the JUCO class. That's a big deal. And of course, I know y'all are excited just as I am. So let's look at the film, right? Let's jump right into the meat and potatoes about him. Look at this. The man's a ball hawk. He likes to hit. He keeps his eye on the quarterback. He follows the routes. He doesn't play any games. And one of the things you're going to see in his film is that he gets a lot of tackles for loss. So he's very versatile. They can play him in coverage. They can play him in zone. They can have him blitz. And having him in blitz packages changes the game for what we're doing in Oklahoma. These are all his 2022's film from this year up until the beginning of November. He's everywhere. And also you can tell that he can hit. So you got a hitter, you got a tackler, you've got a guy that can play coverage. I mean, what more do you want? At 5'11", 180, he's impressive. And you know he's going to be able to bulk up. He has the frame for it. He looks like he's going to be able to get up there to closer to 200 and really hit some folks. And he's got some speed to him. Look at the way he plays in coverage. Look at the way that he follows the eyes of the quarterback and decides on where to go. That's something that you need. You need someone to have those instincts that can stop what they're doing and follow the quarterback, knowing that they can't throw the ball across the field. He's going to give you that instinct type football. That is why I'm pretty stoked about the type of player he is. And this is at the collegiate level. So this is the next level from high school. You know, JUCO players, Oklahoma back in the day, used to pull a lot of players from NEO. I remember some guys I went to high school with that went to NEO for a year or two and then bolted up to Norman and played. And it was one of those things that kind of stopped. They didn't, the pipeline stopped like in the mid 2000s. And then it seemed like it's starting to pick back up a little bit in like 15. But I think that Brent Venables, because this was what he used to do at the beginning of his tenure at Oklahoma, will be going back into that JUCO pool, as well as hit up that transfer portal, because then you can get some players that are ready today to go along with the players you're grooming to play right now. And so watching Kendel go out there and hit people, watch him go out there in coverage, gives me hope that this staff is finding those players that will not only work great in scheme, but work great independently. And that's two different things. Some players are fantastic in scheme, and it's all they're really good at. Some players are really good independently, and they do terrible in scheme. Kendel looks like one of those players that can bring those two things together. And when you bring those two together, that's a dangerous player. So I'm hoping that you all are excited about him going up and down the field as I am. But the fact that he was Defensive Player of the Year for his conference in JUCO, it tells you that he stands out and he's someone that's going to do and work wonders in the defensive schemes we're putting together. So I want to give you guys that. Shout out to Kendel Dolby. Welcome to the family. Be excited, Sooner fans, because he is another key cog in the wheel of this defense that hopefully we can continue to build off of after this Bedlam win and the Iowa State game. So thank you for tuning in to Unfair Sports. If you are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button as well as the bell notification. You're going to see a lot of recruiting videos over the next few days. Also, share, because sharing is caring. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about Kendel Dolby. Tell me what you feel, because I saw some of your comments on him before, but seeing his film from this year, did it really get you juiced up like it did me? I hope so. We'll have more stuff coming up. Texas Tech this weekend. We'll chop it up, I don't know, a few hours or a day or two. Peace.